We're coming to you live from the Golden Days Studios in beautiful West Sonoma County, California, immediately following one of the most epic NBA Finals games ever played. It's the Knicks come back down 29 points and win it on an OG Anunoby tip-in with 1.2 seconds remaining. Incredible. We're going to talk Warriors, obviously. Mark Haynes got caught up in some familial issues. When you got 3 kids, shit comes up. What are you going to do? So if he joins us, great. And if you can't, we're still going to have a good time because there's a lot to talk about. One exercise that I am going to practice on this show tonight is evaluating as many mock drafts as I can find, and I found a whole bunch, and breaking down what each quote-unquote expert, and more specifically who each quote-unquote mock draft expert thinks the Golden State Warriors are going to go with the number 11 pick. And we'll see if there's a consensus. Hint, there isn't. But that's what we're going to do. And obviously, we're going to talk about this unbelievable game. Mitch Johnson lost this coaching battle. Mike Brown won this coaching battle. I'll explain what I mean in just a moment. Hope everyone's doing well. It is hot, at least here in Northern California. Got the fan blowing behind me. I hope you all are staying cool too. If those energy bills are catching up with you fast, given air conditioning ain't free, I've got some help to offer you. The chat's filled. All right. Let's have a good show tonight. What day is today? Wednesday? Wednesday's not Tuesday, so I'm not going to have that Seinfeld reference.
Tuesday has no feel. Monday has a feel. Friday has a feel. Sunday has a feel.
Does Wednesday have a feel? I mean, I guess you're over the hump. Is today Wednesday? I'm losing track of everything in life. It is Wednesday. Congrats on getting over the hump. So maybe there is a feeling to this. Congrats to Knicks fans. The greatest city in the world is blowing up tonight. And who are the Warriors going to draft? Who should they draft? Let's talk about it. We're powered by Sunrun, a company that you should be partnered with. QR code's right there if you're not already. Otherwise, you're getting ripped off financially month after month, and you won't come away with $500 cash in your pocket. That's the promo we're running right now. We're powered by FanDuel, easily numero uno when it comes to sports books. Proud to be the official sports book of Golden Days and the Believe Network. And the program is called the Golden Days. Hey now. Let's go. Welcome to the show. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz. I'm a poet and didn't know it. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at DogWild. Over on Twitter, my handle is at Surf Journalist. The program on both platforms at Golden Days Pod. I feel like I'm like closer than usual to the camera, even though it's like always in the exact same place. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. We're powered by FanDuel. We're going to check the lines on Game 5 of the NBA Finals, a game which may cement the New York Knicks as your 2026 world champions, or maybe the Spurs win and send it to a decisive Game 6 back at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. But we're also powered by Sunrun. And folks, the premise is simple. Money is not flowing around these days. The economy ain't doing so great. So what is keeping you as a homeowner from being powered with solar? And if you're going to be powered with solar, be powered with the number one company in the U.S., powering over 42% of all solar homes. Sunrun, that's the QR code right there. Click the link either simply by pointing your device, the camera more specifically, right at that QR code right there on the screen, and or go to the description on our YouTube page, or if you're listening to this, go to the description on the podcast app you're using, click on that link, enter the info, let Sunrun take care of the rest. No upfront costs, immediate savings. You never have to worry about a power outage again, because it isn't just solar panels they're attaching. It's also a big fat battery, metaphorically speaking. It's not like egregiously looking. It's like a nice sleek thing they actually put on the side of your house. Protects you from power outages, which depending on where you live may or may not be an issue. You don't have to worry about your rates going up ever again. That's what electric companies, utilities love to do. They love to rip you off with all these little subtle price increases. You're protected from that with Sunrun. The value of your home goes up and you get $500 cash in your pocket. Tell me what I'm missing here in terms of why literally every person who's a homeowner is not pouncing on this opportunity. Again, the link is right there. You can also click on the link in the description of our YouTube and or podcast page. Sign up for Sunrun today and thank me later. I know you will. Today's episode also brought to you by FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Golden Days and the Believe Network, which were proudly the Warriors program of Game 5. Spurs Knicks. The sports books think this is going to be a 6-game series. The Spurs favored by 5.5. The money line plus 168. The OU 217.5. Those lines courtesy of FanDuel. I have no comment on that. No advisement, no nothing. I have no idea what's going to happen in Game 5. I can tell you what happened in Game 4. The Spurs had a 29-point lead. And instead of playing it smart, they started chucking three-pointers early in the shot clock. That's what a young team does. Stupid shit. They're naive. That's why experience is important. When you have a 29-point lead, you don't chuck up three-pointers every possession. You run the clock down. You keep playing like, hell, you're behind. Play smart. And the Spurs did not. And little by little, the Knicks chipped away, took a lead very late in the game, thanks to a Jalen Brunson driving, I guess, layup. I don't remember exactly what that shot attempt was, the style of it. I do remember Josh Hart just bricking a fast break layup, and we're all going to forget about that because the Knicks won the game. That would have given the Knicks their first lead in ages. I have not done my research extensively on like whether the Knicks led this game early, whether that Jalen Brunson bucket late in the game was their first lead of the game. I can't remember, but what I do remember is Josh Hart had a chance to give the Knicks the lead with about 2 minutes, minute and a half remaining approximately, and he just fumbled it. Just was confused in midair about whether he should just drop the ball in the bucket or dunk it, and he like half-assed let it go, and the ball hits the back of the rim and ricochets out. Almost was a costly mistake, but it wasn't a costly mistake. San Antonio Spurs blow a 29-point lead. Another huge faux pas, courtesy of Mitch Johnson, besides not properly communicating with his team to not be three-point chuckers and to not run the clock down when you have a 29-point lead. They decided to allow the Knicks had on their final possession, the inbound. The Spurs defensively decided to not defend the inbounder. The inbounder was OG Anunoby. The Spurs opted instead to basically double up on Jalen Brunson. Brunson did get the inbound pass, put up a deep three. I mean, we're 25 feet approximately. And it looked very good. Just came, it fell short, hit the front of the rim, basically just bounced up vertically after missing, didn't ricochet anywhere too far. But OG Anunoby, because he was not guarded as the inbounder, had free reign to run right in and tip in that Jalen Brunson missed three for the win. Incredible. But Mitch Johnson lost the coaching battle tonight. Mike Brown, tip of the cap to you, brother. Very happy for you. JT the Brick, if this message gets to you, you're welcome. Remember, JT the Brick had me on his show last year. He's a huge Knicks fan. I'm sure he's elated right now. And remember him asking me, dude, I don't feel good about this Mike Brown hiring. What do you think? And I told him, dude, you got a great coach. Don't let the ignorant haters, the same type of ignorance that pretends Jonathan Kuminga is not a good basketball player, don't let that same level of ignorance permeate in your brain and make you think that Mike Brown's not a good coach. He's an excellent coach, as evident by the team being one win away from their first championship since 73, 74, somewhere around there. Your Uncle Si's gotcha in terms of accuracy. And sometimes when I'm just really frustrated and bitter, it's because I've been doing this shit for over 25 years, been on YouTube now for 6 years, been doing the digital shit since it was invented, and I don't miss. When do I lead you folks astray? Credibility is sound. And yet so many of you just till the end of time are going to go, nah, I know better. Okay, fine. But we don't miss here. And I'm incredibly proud of that. Incredibly. Why does our Instagram feed look like shit, by the way? Hold on one second here. Nah, who cares? I don't know what's going on with our Instagram feed. I'm just looking at it. Oh, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. Who cares? Anyways. So Mike Brown is one win away from being an NBA champion head coach. The Knicks one win away from. I want to see those celebrations in New York City. I love their fans. The assholes who get into fights with opposing fans excluded. Don't condone that. But other than that, love the passion. And one other thing I noticed too, with this game, and then we'll talk Warriors here in a second. Riz in the chat saying, "What's MSG or Oracle?" Oracle was special, but nothing matches the Mecca. Madison Square Garden is just that special. Not to mention Oracle's dead, but even in its heyday. You just can't compare the two. It's just, if that dumbass word so many people love using today, aura, means anything, MSG's got aura. Oracle also had it, but it's Mecca, man. It's the shrine. It's the temple. But Oracle was special too. It was. And now it's dead. RIP Oracle. One last thing I want to mention about this NBA Finals game that I thought was interesting, and this also pertains to coaching. The Spurs closed this game with the lineup in the fourth quarter, and it was a pretty consistent lineup. And this is where, if they lose this series as now expected, one of the changes I'm expecting to see from the Spurs is an upgrade at the four, is an upgrade in terms of who to put next to Victor Wembanyama to help him with physicality and size. Because what Mitch Johnson did tonight is surround Wemby with four guards. It was Wemby, it was Vassell, it was De'Aaron Fox, it was Stephon Castle, it was Dylan Harper. Those are great players, but they're all three of them are point guard sized. Dylan Harper at 6'5", Yeah, shooting guard size, but on the smaller end of that. And Wemby. So Mitch Johnson thought he could Steve Kerr the Knicks with that small ball bullshit. And then what did the Knicks do? They mostly stuck to their guns in terms of OG Anunoby, who has size. Karl Anthony Towns, another great game from him. Josh Hart, a guy who Steve Kerr stupidly thought could play center at the FIBA Cup for a U.S. team that did not even medal. But as a 3, sign me up. And then what he did, interestingly, is he did go with a small ball backcourt of Jalen Brunson and Jose Alvarado. Not rolling my R's well tonight. Jose Alvarado. Does that rhyme with avocado? Alvarado? And because the Spurs were so tiny, no harm on the Knicks' part to do that. But they had a huge advantage with the front court, with the forwards in their center. Size matters in basketball, folks. I don't know how many times. It's incredible how many coaches just think they're too smart for physics. Like, nope, my brilliant strategy is going to overcome blatant physics. That the hoop is 10 feet tall. The goal of the game is to put a ball in that hoop. Size helps. Efficiency increases the closer you are to that bucket. The taller you are, the closer you are. It ain't complicated. But Mitch Johnson going with a 4-guard lineup, and damn, did that shit backfire. Teo Irvin saying sixth man of the year, Keldon Johnson, is getting no time. He's getting no time because he's getting his ass kicked out there. He's getting used and abused. That's going to go down as one of the worst sixth man of the year awards handed out in some time. Keldon is ineffectual, impotent in this NBA final series. Percy Bedford criticizing the Spurs' inexperience, saying their youth is killing them. All they had to do was keep going inside. Would have helped if they had a coach who told them to do that. Money checkup, very accurate point. Has nothing to do with basketball, saying size matters in the dating world. They don't care about efficiency either. You're damn right. It's one of the most shallow aspects of dating from the woman's perspective is, yeah, they like tall dudes, and they're shallow as F about it. My heart goes out to all you short folks out there, you short men. If you've ended up with the dime, despite not having the size advantage, respect. The world discriminates. But those lineups, again, Jose Alvarado, to give Jalen Brunson some ball handling help because the Spurs defense was focused on Jalen Brunson. Alvarado is also such a pesky defender. Like, he's a menace out there. And if you watch the game, you'll remember that one play near the end where Alvarado was tiptoeing the midcourt and elicited Mike Breen to remind folks of the rules of the over-under rule for backcourt, which is that you're not completely over the half court line until both feet and the ball cross over. And Alvarado's 2 feet were over the half court line. This was, I believe, one of the Knicks' final possessions. Might have been their final possession because they called the timeout to set up the final play. But he kept dribbling on the other side of the court, and it was legal. No backcourt violation. So, anyways, congrats to the Knicks. They're the fan favorites. I'm personally rooting hard for them. I saw someone, because memes are the name of the game on social media for entertainment. I saw someone drop a meme that stated Dirk Nowitzki's championship in 2011 basically had the value of 3 championships for any other player. And Jalen Brunson, the weight, the value of a title that he would bring to New York City, comparable. Not all titles are the same. Do you folks remember that the Celtics won the championship just like 2 years ago? I'm guessing a lot of you forgot that. No one's forgetting this one if the Knicks win. So they're different. Teo over bringing up that Champagne's another player getting killed too. Yeah, and look, Champagne's like, since when did anybody think that he deserves to be a starter or deserves to be a player getting heavy minutes in the NBA Finals? I still cannot believe that Harrison Barnes just got vanquished. I don't get that part of it. But again, the power of a coach deciding who plays when. Mitch Johnson losing. Money checkup. Thank you, brother. Love you right back. Love goes right back to you. Chardal in our chat saying, can I be the closer? If Mark Haynes does not show up, yes. If anybody wants to join the show tonight, here's the link. This was supposed to be the I-80 crossover, but Mark Haynes, again, dude has 3 kids. My heart goes out to him and anyone else out there who have rugrats to deal with. Yeah, but anyone's welcome. Is it time to flip the switch and talk NBA draft? Because right now I have pulled up, I believe, 5 different NBA mock drafts from 5 different sources. I don't know if my oh yeah, this one opened up too. 7 sources. And one awesome thing about this draft is the depth of it and what appears to be the fact that the bulk of size in this draft, no pun intended saying that, is going to fall to where the Warriors are. Basically, the top 4 is set, right? But 5 through 9, maybe 5 through 10 could be dominated by guards and wings. The Darius Acuffs of the world, the Waglers of the world, the Flemings of the world. So by the time the picks get to like 10 and beyond, what the Warriors are going to be looking at most likely is a girth of bigs. Hey now. And that's a good thing, folks. The Warriors need size. They've needed size for ages, even though their head coach acts allergic to it. So I have myself a whole bunch of mock drafts so we can learn together what all these folks are saying about who the Warriors are going to have available to them and who they'll take with the number 11 pick. Muhammad Alvy's bringing up already Ade Mara and also Kai Soto. Some of you folks out there love that guy. I know nothing about Kai Soto. I no opinion because I don't know shit. Unlike some clowns out there, I don't like to just express opinions about shit. If I don't know about the person, I will not opine on the person. Is Kai Soto good? If he is, sign me up. Makes me wonder why he can't get a job in the NBA, though, but that does not necessarily mean he's a bad player. All right. So without further ado, let's see what the prognosticators are saying. Wall Street Runner in the chat quickly is saying that dude is smoking some good. What dude? You're always going to get my attention if you bring up the Dubich. What dude has some amazing shit? Who's got the pass it? I digress. All right. So the mock drafts I'm going to reveal to you today come from SB Nation. Ricky O'Connell has a mock draft. God, some of these websites have so many ads. 24/7 Sports. No, they don't have a mock draft. Never mind. Sportscasting Bets has a mock draft written by David Evans. This one Substack account, Urson's NBA Draft Newsletter, they have a mock draft. And that's written by Urson Demir. Bleacher Report has a mock draft. Oh, but they only do top 10? You clowns? Hold on. The one I'm looking at right now by Julia Stumbaugh, whoever that is, only gave us a top 10. Let me see if Bleacher Report has a more complete mock draft. There we go. Yes, they do. We're going to get Jonathan Wasserman's mock draft from Bleacher Report. We're going to get the Athletics mock draft from San Vicente. Vicente or Vicente? Vicente. Sam Vicente. We're going to get a mock draft update from CBS Sports and Adam Finkelstein. No relation to Frankenstein. Where's my rim shot? Give me my rim shot. We're going to have a mock draft from ESPN, Jeremy Woo. And we're going to have a mock draft from Yahoo Sports. Wait a second. Are we? Hold on. We will, but just let me look this up. Or Yahoo Sports NBA mock draft. There it is. I had the wrong link open. My apologies. Here is the most worthless media member in NBA circles, Kevin O'Connor, and his mock draft. All right, so we will have Kevin O'Connor. Side note, an example of it's not necessarily about what you know; it's about who you know. If Bill Simmons didn't just tab him as a guy he likes, Kevin O'Connor is not an NBA pundit. The guy doesn't know shit when it comes to hoops. I digress. Sorry to be negative. All right, so those are all the sources for our mock draft. Again, sometimes reality ain't positive, and I don't want to ever fake it. Let's bring on Robe real quick. Robe, is it Roby? How you doing?
Hey, hello, bro. It's Roby.
Roby, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, by the way.
That's good to hear. What's on your mind?
You know, I've been doing some mock draft for the Warriors roster. I mean, I have a crazy take, by the way, because
I love crazy takes.
Jimmy Butler takes like a 56K in his contract, right? And this is the most crazy take I get. I want to trade him for the Bucks, okay, to get Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma.
Real quick,
yes, yes.
I'm sorry. Is it Robbie or Roby? I apologize. Can you correct?
You can call me Roby or Robe.
Roby. Okay.
Whatever you prefer.
Roby, I'm guessing you're fairly new to the show because we've done multiple episodes in the past month or so where I've brought up that exact point. I don't think it's a crazy take at all. That I don't see how the Warriors can realistically improve this season without trading Jimmy Butler's contract, largely because he's not going to be available for you for at least half the season, if not more. If he comes back, he's a 37-year-old coming off a torn ACL. And what the hell are you going to do the first half or 2/3 of the season without him? If you're going to improve this team, you have to trade him. And I've looked at Milwaukee as one of the targets for a potential trade. And the trade that I've come up with, let me know if you think I'm crazy now, Roby, is trading Jimmy Butler, and you're probably going to have to include a pick to entice the Bucks, but you get back Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma. Is that what you're talking about too?
Yes, I mean, I would include a second-round pick trade for Kuzma and Turner.
You're not
And
crazy.
then
You're not crazy at
yes.
all. I'm fully with you. I actually think
Yeah.
that's smart minds think alike, brother.
Yeah, because my idea is to maybe get Giannis to stay in the box and have him play with Jimmy Butler, which he would likely appreciate that to have another star beside him. And then for Kuzma, I'm not gonna keep Kuzma. Okay, I'm gonna reroute a trade for Kuzma to the Memphis Grizzlies in to
Okay.
get Kentavious Caldwell Pope, another 3 and D wing player to pair with Steph. Because for Buddy Hield, I cannot stand with his if
Let me ask you this
insufficient scoring.
real quick, Roby. Why do you think Memphis would agree to that trade?
It's Kyle Kuzma, and they lack a lot of their forwards.
Okay, well, Kyle Kuzma's
And they're
not a
trying to
hot.
rebuild. And they're trying
He's
to
not. He's
rebuild
not
too.
an attractive commodity. The fact that he's on an expiring deal, maybe that's enticing. I also think if Jimmy Butler gets traded to the Bucks, they'll just buy him out. I can't imagine him staying with the Bucks. I've heard some of the more interesting conspiracy theorists mention that what the Warriors might do is trade Jimmy to a team that's going to cut him, and then or that team can trade him. That second team can cut him, and then the Warriors can just bring him right back, just like what the Minnesota Timberwolves did with Mike Conley. There's a loophole to that rule. As long as the guy you trade leaves that team and goes to a second team, they can come back to you. There's no longer a banishment. So who knows? Maybe that's in the works. I hope Mike Dunleavy Jr. is that forward thinking and has that level of ingenuity to his thought process. I hope and pray that's the case, because that would be interesting. If you can trade Jimmy Butler and then get him back midway through the season, sure, sign me up.
Crazy though. That depends on Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler he wants to get paid amount of money. That's the thing with him. He likes to
Yeah,
get
good
paid
good
amount
good
of
luck.
money.
Good luck with hey Jimmy Butler. Message to you. Good luck with that, buddy. You're 37, coming off a torn ACL.
Yeah, and who knows if he will be okay if he comes back? That's the question. Will he be?
Roby,
Will
why
he
did
still be
Roby?
Jimmy Butler?
Roby,
Yes.
why do you and so many others ignore the fact that age is a very real thing in professional sports, and that if someone is in their late 30s, they don't have value? There are exceptions, but those are exceptions. The rule is if you're in your late 30s, you're washed. You're not worth anything. So if Jimmy Butler thinks he's worth something, good luck, pal. I hope
That's
your
what he
agent
believes.
can work some magic. But you're
That's what he
37
believes.
years old, and he turns 38 before the start of next season. So I don't think Jimmy Butler. I mean, look, he can pretend in his mind that he has leverage, but you're old and you're coming off a torn ACL. That's not exactly a selling point for a big contract in the NBA or any sport.
And yet the Warriors want to sign LeBron James, who is 41.
Again,
kidding
exceptions,
me?
right? There are
Excuse me?
exceptions to the rule, and I'd say two exceptions are one, LeBron James, who's still producing incredibly at his age, and two might be Stephen Curry. I need to see him stay on the court, but at the age of 38, he still put up 26, 27 points a game. Granted, I don't know if part of that is Steve Kerr rolling out 3-4 guards to just basically form a wall of protection for Steph. Because I noticed that a lot. Every single time Stephen Curry played this past year, Kerr would always roll out GP2, Pajemski, and DeAnthony Melton, and those guys were mostly just screening and cutting, and that's it. And that helps Steph in terms of his numbers. It's not going to help in terms of wins and losses. It's going to be interesting this upcoming season. But I love your thinking in terms of the Bucks, because if I'm going to trade Jimmy, I'd like to get two assets back, not just one, because there's other players out there like Anthony Davis, like Joel Embiid, and the Blazers are another example of a team where you can get multiple assets back for Jimmy Butler's expiring. In the Blazers case, we're talking about Jeremy Grant and Drew Holiday. So I like your thinking, man. Trade Jimmy to the Bucks, bring back a couple pieces, and if the Grizzlies are amendable to that, a trade of bringing in Kuzma, sending out Kentavious Caldwell Pope, I'm down for that. I'd actually prefer Kuzma because Kuzma's a bigger player, and I think the Warriors could use size.
Oh wait. Yes,
but that's just me. Yeah.
Yes. By the way, you mentioned Kuzma is big. Okay, right?
Ish.
So
taller. He's taller.
he's taller. Okay.
Yeah.
So my idea is to bring back Kristaps Porzingis to a 2-year deal, maybe 56,375 2-year deal, if he likes that. And then we got and then extend and extend Quinton Post to a 3-year rookie contract deal. So we got not only have two centers, we have 3 centers. First, Miles Turner is our starter. Our bench could be Kristaps
Who's our
Porzingis,
starter?
and then our
Who's the starting
center.
center right now, by the way? Is it Al Horford?
No, I'm not gonna sign Al Horford. By the way, I'm sorry.
You have to. You're stuck with him. Roby, you act like the Warriors have a choice. It's up to Al Horford. He has a player option this coming season. He's going to exercise that. Al Horford is not going to throw away $6 million. Expect Al Horford to come back. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, so if Al Horford comes back, then I might not extend Quinton Post.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Post. I saw the Warriors publish something on their socials today.
Post. He's top 10 in the defensive rating.
Yeah, I like that. Which means nothing, by the way. But yes, I think this last season he had a decent defensive rating. Correct. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Quinn Post is one of those if they don't bring him back, is anybody going to miss him? Probably not. If they bring him back and he actually takes a leap, great. But again, Frank Red, who I might bring on the show Friday, we're not going to have happy hour this Friday, by the way. Armando Laura. I believe he's going to be on a fishing trip. Props to you, Professor. Enjoy the summer. I still might do a show, and maybe Frank Red will come on. But Frank, a former D1 player, Billy Donovan's former teammate in high school ball, interestingly enough, what Frank Red said as a scouting report for Quinton Post, I will never forget. That dude's shoulders are too narrow. He likes broad-shouldered dudes as his bigs, and Quinton Post he thinks is too skinny. He's just too small. And the moment he said that, that's all. I can't get that image out of my mind. Every time I see Quinton Post, I compare him to the big he's matched up against, and he always looks smaller. He looks way smaller. So I don't know. I don't know.
His height is 7 feet, and he looks small.
Well, you could be 7 feet, but Chet Holmgren is 7 feet or 6'11", and he's like a stick man. Kevin Durant's 7 feet tall. He's a stick man. Not all bigs are big in with muscle, with mass. I mean, some bigs are just tall as F, and maybe they're big boned, so they look. Maybe they're a little stronger. I don't know. But Quinton Post is not exactly a picture perfect model of your traditional muscular bulldozer type big man. He's a little frail. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know what Quinton Post is. That's my whole issue with him. I still don't know what the hell he is.
I mean, he's still developing, so I get. Hopefully, we get to see more from him if he gets.
The only downside to that is I think he turns 26 or 27 this year. He's not a young. He's not young age wise. He's young in the sense that he's only been in the NBA for a year or two. What, 2 years now? But he's also I think he's going to turn 27 this year. Oh, no. So not exactly a spring chicken. But anyways, I digress. So, but Roby, I love your ideas, dude. We're on the same page that Jimmy Butler's contract. Again, if you want this team to even be competitive this coming year, you got to trade that contract. You have to. Otherwise, that's just a dead, empty spot on your roster, taking up $56 million. That's not going to do a thing until January at the earliest. And there's no way to properly predict when he's exactly going to come back. And we also don't know how effective he's going to be if he comes back. What the hell are you going to do from October to January? Is anybody thinking about that besides this program? He's not going to be available. So I'm with you. Trade his ass. You have to, I think.
Yeah, and of course, because with Jimmy out, so we needed another forward to back up with Guy Santos. And with Moses Moody out, we gotta have to draft Yaxel Lenderberg, who's 6'7". 6'9",
No. He's 6'10". Lenderberg is like a traditional center.
Yeah.
So two different positions entirely.
Yeah, I value more on the box a plus minus box stats rather than the real stats like the points, steals, blocks. I much value more on the box scores.
Well, those are all box scores. Roby, take this simply as a piece of advice that I hope you and anyone else listening in the audience tonight takes from this. And I actually heard Charles Barkley today during the pregame show also say this, and I loved hearing him say this. Net rating plus minus, not an objective stat. Don't ever judge a player based on individual net rating. It's a bogus stat. It doesn't tell anything other than that's what 1 of 5 people on the court did. It's not objective. Like one guy can have an awful net rating and he could have nothing to do with that because of the other 4 guys on the court with him. It's a team sport. Like, don't look at individual net rating. You got to look at like everything. If you're going to look at net rating, look at the 5-man lineups. Now you're seeing it objectively. Now you're seeing what a 5-man unit on a team is doing. Like, are they successful? Well, let's look at the net rating. Oh, they're a plus 50. That means that 5-man unit has outscored the opposition by 50 points when they're on the court together. That's great. But if you look at individual net rating, it can be so skewed. Individual net rating to me has become one of the most toxic narratives in the NBA because of how inaccurate and how subjective it is. People use that shit to make arguments. Kuminga had a minus 40. See, that was a shitty game. Yeah, what about the other 4 guys on the court with him? You got to factor all 5, man. Like I actually like remember when Brandon Pajemski, his rookie year, he led the Warriors in net rating, and people were like, "God damn, that's impressive." I actually dug through and I did a show previously on every game so we could study how the hell Brandon Pajemski led the team in net rating. And what the results showed is that every time Pajemski played, he was always surrounded by the Warriors' best players. Always. Like every time he was out there, he had Steph next to him. He had Wiggins next to him. He had Draymond next to him. And so naturally, of course, the net rating was going to look good. Now, this past season, when he did not have these amazing Hall of Famers surrounding him all the time, you saw his net rating suffer because he had no help. And so individual net rating, Roby, I beg of you and everyone else, throw that shit in the garbage. It is not a proper way. It's not an accurate way to analyze a player. Am I making sense, Roby?
I got you, bro. I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do, man. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's just not a good stat. And I love Barkley tonight because Ernie Johnson started the show and it had like net. I forgot who the player was that they were displaying his net rating through like the first 3 or 4 games. And Charles Barkley was like, dude, why are you showing that? Why are you showing the stat? That is not a real stat. You got to show who the other 4 people are on the court with them. And everyone shut up because he was right. It is not an objective stat. It is. Yeah, I don't know how and why that stat took off the way it did, but you got to look at it from 5 people. Anyways, Roby, I still think you this call has been fantastic. That largely because you and I are on the same page, brother. You got to trade Jimmy Butler. You have to.
Yeah, very much. We have to go big and surround Steph with wing players. I have enough with guard lineups that, Mike Dunleavy keeps feeding Steve Kerr. And Steve Kerr cannot correct a effective rotation where the team strives better with an effective rotation. Because, Steve Kerr has a lot of guards. How is going to prioritize a effective rotation if this is all all on his roster? So Mike Dunleavy did a bad job on signing guys that they actually need.
You know what the real problem is, though, is that Steve Kerr, even though he doesn't have general manager as his official title, he's the GM of this team. The reason why this team is so small and has so many guards is not because that's what Mike Dunleavy Jr. thinks is the recipe for success. It's because he doesn't want to sign players that Kerr won't play. Kerr only plays little hobbits because he values speed above all else, and he also values if it was spacing, GP2 wouldn't get as many minutes as he does. Pajemski wouldn't get as many minutes as he does. I don't think it's spacing as much as it is reaction time, as much as it is speed, and as much as it is subservience to Stephen Curry being the sole focus of the offense. Like, if Stephen Curry is on the court with you and you at times are looking for your own shot, or you're using Steph's gravity for your benefit, Steve Kerr will bench your ass. That's exactly what happened with Jonathan Kuminga. You cannot outshine Steph. That is like a Steve Kerr rule. It's insanity. And Steve Kerr, again, doesn't like bigs. So we played this clip repeatedly. I'll play this clip again. I actually have it bookmarked here, and this was Bob Myers, the last press conference that he held before he stepped down as GM of the Golden State Warriors. This was literally the last interview he did, and I'll get a better quality of this soon. But here is Bob Myers. Okay, I'll play this again. I love replaying it just to remind people, Roby, yourself included, that this team is Kerr's. Every player that signed, every decision made is based on what Steve Kerr wants. It's why his presence drives me insane, because he's such a mid-average at best human being, and yet the Warriors as an organization treat him like he's a genius. Like it's his decisions that brought this team 4 championships. Bull effing shit. Stephen Curry is why this team has 4 championships. Kerr, dude, it's ridiculous. Anyways, and this Bob Myers quote here, I'm going to play right now, is all the evidence you need that this is a Steve Kerr operation. And this press conference back in 2023 was after the trade deadline. And Bob Myers was asked whether or not the Warriors will pursue a big in the buyout market. And here's Bob Myers saying, why would we if the coach won't play him?
Yeah, we'll have to look at the buyout market. I think much like last year's deadline, we moved forward with Looney and Draymond, who have kind of split minutes in the regular season. JaMychal's, I guess what you'd call our other big. Last year we had a couple other kind of non-traditional bigs that Felix is not in the NBA, so we can talk about him, but like a shooting big did a nice job, and then another good player that helped us. We hope that we have enough, but we'll look and see. It's also determinative of how the coaches will use that player. For us to say, here's a big guy, and the coaching staff to say, well, we're not playing that guy. Doesn't matter if he's 7 feet tall or 8 feet tall. Any buyout conversation has to be done in collaboration with coaching staff, because why bring a player in if they're not going to use him? But if there's a player that the coaching staff and the front office thinks can be helpful, absolutely, we'll go target that guy. But not as a good John Wooden code, don't confuse activity for achievement. Everyone just wants to say, oh, we scoured the buyout market, here's so-and-so, and the guy's sitting on the end of the bench. Because for us, it's $3-4 million, I don't know, it's $3 million or something like that, which Joe has done and would do. But that's the conversation with the coaching staff as far as who would play, who's available.
What's the possibility?
And we'll stop there. But again, Romy, I hope that cleared up for you why Steve Kerr drives me crazy, because he's in charge. Like there's no confusion about it other than the official titles under their name. Steve Kerr's the GM, head coach, president. He's everything. And Joe Lacob has given him this power. And that's why Joe Lacob, to me, is a massive disappointment here in 2026 as an owner. To not recognize that the problem is the coach and you double down. Oh, bro, like respect is lost, man. Especially when you consider that Joe Lacob in previous interviews said he did not want to have a replication of Kobe Bryant's final years with the Lakers. He did not want that. And yet that's exactly what we're going to get. It's insanity. Here we are.
You know what I regret the most?
What?
Warriors not signing Mike Brown when he was available after he got fired by the Kings. That made me so angry. Like, oh my goodness. He was right there. Mike Dunleavy, I mean, my goodness. Mike Brown was right there.
Roby, before we let you go, is there anybody you see out there that you have a preference for as Steve Kerr's top assistant? Because the only name we've seen so far, and by the way, side note, I also want to mention real fast, Yoxel Lendeborg is going to be at Chase Center, I believe, Friday. Anthony Slater reporting this for a private workout with the Warriors, and they're going to be doing this with a lot of prospects coming up here. But Yoxel Lendeborg is officially going to have a workout with the Warriors on Friday. And Roby, before I let you go, I want to bring on Stoic on our chat, in the audience, waiting as well in the green room. Willie Green is the only name that's been actually uttered, to the best of my knowledge, as a potential replacement for Terry Stotts on the coaching staff. A lot of people love the idea of Jason Kidd maybe being hired as a lead assistant, groomed to take over a Steve Kerr's job. I don't think there's a chance in hell that's happening personally, because I don't think Steve Kerr's ego can handle someone of that stature as an assistant, given Kerr as a former player was just a role player, whereas as Jason Kidd is a Hall of Fame basketball player, former champion, one of the leaders of his team of a champion. So I can't see Steve Kerr like accepting that and having someone with that level of prominence sitting on his bench. So my guess is Willie Green is going to be the lead assistant. Who the hell knows? Do you have any preferences yourself for assistant coaches to be brought in who could be groomed to take over?
No other. I think Willie Green is a good assistant coach, because what he did with the Pelicans back in 2021, 2022, they made the playoffs, and they were such a mediocre team, but he made that team work. And then after that year, just become mediocre with injuries and with signings.
Yeah.
So getting Willie Green as our assistant head coach, our assistant coach for the Warriors, I mean, that's a good signing.
I'm with you. This is all very subjective, but everything I've seen from Willie Green, I love. I think he's an excellent coach. I think he got a raw deal in New Orleans. Like, that's such a dysfunctional organization. But who the hell knows? And who knows if who is tapped to be an assistant matters. I mean, there's that aspect of it. But anyways, Roby, you were fantastic, man. Hope we see you again soon.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for this. I really needed this.
Where are you joining us from? Where in the world are you?
I'm in the Philippines, by the way.
Dude, how is life in the Philippines, man? Because I see videos sometimes from there, and I see these beautiful beaches, beautiful islands. Certain sections have crystal blue water, and then you see other parts of it, especially big city, where there's like heaps of trash everywhere. I have no idea if the crime rate is high, but a lot of dilapidated homes. So it's tough to get a read on the Philippines. Do you like your country? What is your assessment of the Philippines as a nation?
We're a bit ununited with our country right now, because we have so much. We idolize so much of our governments. Okay, especially with our two favorite our current president and our former president. Okay, we're not united right now. So hopefully this issue gets resolved, and hopefully us Filipinos will finally get into our minds to vote the proper leader to lead our country, not just with fame, influenced by friends, families. That's really coming from you, from your knowledge, to see what that leader is intention for your country.
So you're just like everyone else, basically.
Yeah, I don't.
Divided. All right, brother. Come back and join us soon. All right, Roby. You were a great call.
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Have a great night. That is Roby joining us from the Philippines. I love the international contingent, and I believe this individual here used to go by the name Bloomer, if I'm not mistaken. Is this you, sir?
Yes. Hey,
Bloomer vibes.
Can you hear me, Si?
Yeah, loud and clear. How are the vibes treating you these days?
Oh, man, it's great, dude. Right now, if you could tell from my name, I'm going through a stoic period right now.
Of your life, or what do you talk? What do you mean? What's stoic?
Sport wise.
Like NBA?
Yes, sir.
Dude, the finals are incredible.
Yeah.
This is peak product, dude. Like Adam Silver right now is it wouldn't surprise me if we learn he's wearing a diaper because he's just pissing and shitting his pants in excitement. Like he's like, because of how much he's loving the product. This is incredible. Like bravo. The NBA wins again.
Oh yeah. But
if you're a hoops junkie, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Not really. Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't really know what a stoic is, it's basically someone that is like a normal person, but they don't really express emotions, but they go throughout their day in a normal way, pretty much. And
but there's also a maturity and a wisdom that's attached to stoicism. It isn't just an act. I view stoicism as like a way of life. The stoic person is like can be the mountain man who just lives in obscurity because he's achieved all the wisdom he wants. There isn't much to say. He doesn't waste words, right? The stoic man.
Right.
But the NBA, my Lord, if the NBA is the juice.
You like the juice, huh? Juice is very good, huh?
Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
Like the juice.
Oh,
Juice is
Brunson,
good. There he goes.
MSG. So good. The juice has been phenomenal. In this case, the juice being the NBA. And congrats on your path of stoicism. It's a good way to live, I think.
Yeah. Things are going good, man. I mean, I just wanted to come on here. It's been a long time since I've been on here. I've just been going through the motions, but it's in a good way. And also, there's been some tough times, but that's part of life, right? You just get up, back again.
Yeah.
But right now, I just wanted to, right now, I just wanted to catch up on the NBA Finals right now because I'm actually going for the Knicks. I've been going for the Knicks ever since, someone on a certain team that I had a player that we once had, but a certain coach didn't like him. We already know who that is, but we're not bringing him.
You mean the guy that was the best player on the last team that beat the Knicks before San Antonio did it 2 nights ago?
Basically when his teammate CJ McCollum was getting a lot of praise, but we all forgot about this guy. Goes by the name of Kuminga.
Boomer, I've said this repeatedly, and I'll continue saying it because I believe it with a passion and a fervor and a conviction that this audience easily is the highest IQ of any show out there. Not just covering the Warriors, but maybe the NBA as a whole. Case in point. I don't know who the audience member was. Pat yourself on the back and raise your hand because you deserve acknowledgement. Last show we did, I think on Monday, there was an audience member who said Jerry West would never have made that trade. If Jerry West was still a consultant, advisor, whatever his title was with the Warriors, he would look at that situation, turn his head to Joe Lacob, and go, what the hell are you doing listening to your dumbass coach? You do not trade away the talent. And what a prescient point that person made. Jerry West is rolling over in his grave watching this Warriors team put more value on their obtuse head coach than actual players that make a difference on the court. Asinine shit. Anyway.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate that we have to succumb to not only having to deal with Steve Kerr again for another couple more years. I mean, hopefully something happens within that time and that time frame, but we'll see. But at the same time, it's just I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We just have to take everything at a grain of salt, right? Because things aren't always guaranteed moving forward. Like you never know, something might change for the better for the Warriors, and we don't even know. We wouldn't expect it, right?
True.
Like we didn't even right now with the Knicks and the Spurs, right? Who would have guessed that the Knicks would have been in the finals this year? True. I know I did. I'm just I'll be honest with you right now, Sai. This finals right now, just going back on the finals topic, this has been one of the most, in terms of like impact for many years to come, has been one of the most entertaining finals outside of Warrior basketball that I've ever witnessed in my life. And this is something to be a hold because, like a fun fact, like they literally, last time they were in the finals was like 99, I think it was?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and that's the year I was born. So that's some crazy stuff right
there. And one of my favorite people, Armando Laura, him and Evan Ball and their show, it's called Sprewell Was Right. And if you missed those 99 finals, Latrell Sprewell was one of the key catalysts for the New York Knicks to almost win the championship that year. Unfortunately, Sprewell couldn't do jack shit against the Twin Towers of Duncan and Robinson. Not very little you could do against that. But Sprewell, one of many stories where the Warriors stupidly sided with the coach, only to see the talent go be successful somewhere else. You never side with the coach. That is just ignorance, utter stupidity. It's like if there was a guidebook they gave out for simple rules for how to run an NBA organization, I'm guessing rule number 3, don't pick the coach over the talent. Don't do that. That's just stupid. And this is exactly what the Warriors are doing time and time and again. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's where a lot of fans is going to be parting ways and differ because I'm not one of them. I mean, I'm with you guys. I see it clear as daylight, because as much as we love the organization and like Curry and all those other great people and things in our life like that, in terms of sports, at some point in time, we have to put those feelings aside and have to be really we have to be more like moving forward in the reality of what should be happening, right?
Yes.
We love Curry. We love the things he's done over the years. He gave us 4 chips, and hopefully, I mean, moving forward, I just want to see another one for the man. He deserves it. He earns it. But under this head coach that's so pathetically bad, and plus we have to deal with him a couple more years. It's just baffling. It's
crazy.
Yeah. And then,
the only bright side is that I'm fascinated to see is this Warriors team is going to be very bad.
Oh yeah.
All right. I don't know who in their mind thinks that the Warriors are going to come into next season in this deep, talented Western Conference where nobody's going to be tanking. Yeah, and I don't know who thinks that this Warriors team is just going to magically be racking up wins. Well, and I say all this because we're going to be at a point maybe early December where suddenly you look at the Warriors record and they're 5-15 or I don't know how many games are played at that point, but they're going to be damn near the bottom of the standings. And I hope at that point the focus starts shining bright on Steve Kerr going, what are you doing, coach? What's your plan? Steph's been out for 2 weeks. What's plan B? What are you going to do? And it's one of those things. It's so I'm looking forward to that because Steve Kerr came back for the money. Steve Kerr came back for the ego. And I'm looking forward to all the negative energy coming his direction when his team sucks ass because his way doesn't work. It only looked like it worked because he had the talent for it. But it's his system is no longer it's no longer ingenious. Half the league is doing it now. His system is feckless in the postseason where you need to simplify the game and score points any way possible. And the talent's not there. He made this bed and the Warriors are going to suck ass next year. And I just hope that other media members have the guts to call him out on it. I don't know if they will, but I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I just don't understand why it's taking everyone from the social media to the people in the radio department and all of the, network. It's just taking them this long to realize, slowly but surely, maybe Kerr is not as what he seems, or maybe we're just giving him too much credit for what he provides. But for us, we already seen the writing on the wall way, way back, and that's the unfortunate part because we have a say with what we can say through obviously social media, but we don't have the power to actually, physically do something. And that's where things get a little dicey because the people in the NBA can't actually do something. Joe Lacob, he's supposed to be the owner for the Warriors, right? He's supposed to do and say something in order because he's always talking about, oh, I want this team to get better just because we have this amount of chips. I want to keep getting more chips. I love Curry and all these guys. Let's keep winning more. But you're saying one thing, but then you're meaning another with your actions. You know what I mean? You're all bark and no bite.
Yep.
And right now it's really taking a massive hit because not only will we be sucking and moving forward, we got to be dealing with this same head coach for a good couple years. And like you said, if we can just get, if we just probably get a 5-15, 5-10 record until December or maybe even worse than that. Let's just hope that next year, another year draft pick or something, we can learn from that and get something good, even though it's under Kerr again, but maybe something will happen in terms of hey, maybe this head coach isn't as good as he seems, or maybe we might have to make some changes. If that comes sooner rather than later, I will be jumping for joy on that. But right now, we're just going to have to enjoy I'm not saying this because I'm not saying it as an enforced, but I'm actually really enjoying the Knicks and Spurs for the time being because we do get some sort of NBA content regardless of us being major Warrior fans. But, it really sucks because we actually could have made such a good impact this year if things fell into place in the right sense, but it all just was a domino effect in the wrong way. We were just going tumbling down and, that's why I said just a side note, that's why I'm kind of going through a stoic moment right too, because it's you're realizing things. You can't let your emotions get the best of you, and you have to be mature, but also be knowledgeable about this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sport world, that's what I'm going through. And obviously in real life, there's also other stuff that everyone goes through at the same time too. So, like I said before, and I'll say it again one more time, is take everything for it as a grain of salt. You just have to keep moving forward, expect the unexpected, and, just keep your head up.
Are you a homeowner, Bloomer?
As of right now, no. I will be soon, maybe a year or two.
Well, in a year or two, I'm going to be soliciting you to not be Jerry. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you're listening on the podcast, forgive me for playing a video that requires some video context, but I'm showing a video right now of a turtle named Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, the struggle is real, honey. The fact that you've got a bridge there, a ramp.
And Jerry has an Irish or Scottish mother, and Jerry has a very easy path to get home, but Jerry is stubbornly trying to climb this very difficult ledge to get home. And the metaphor here is the people climbing the ledge, that's you not having solar.
Neither here nor there, darling. You crack on and make it as hard for yourself as you can.
Yep.
Yep. The challenge, the struggle, like whatever it is you're trying to work through in life here, darling.
And see right there, that's your local electric company. They just raised the rates.
Oh man.
Now you're paying another $50 a month. Nothing you could do. You have fixed rates with Sunrun.
Oh yeah.
You're going to end up in your back. You're going to end up in your back. Here we go. You're going to end up in your back, darling. Come on, save yourself. Save yourself, Jerry. Stop being so dramatic, Jerry. Come on, save yourself, darling.
And now Jerry fell. It's not a full fall yet, but at this point, PG&E is laughing their ass off because they just got you for another month. They're ripping you off.
What do we do now? Why can't we just use the ramp, honey?
Oh, no. Now you're screwed.
Well, that's just a terrible situation you've got yourself into.
Horrible situation.
Oh.
I think you're a wee girl, Jerry. Right. Why don't you go up the ramp?
See, and if you're Sunrun customer, it's that easy.
Why don't you go up the ramp instead?
You're saving money. You're protected from blackouts. Your rate is fixed. The value of your home goes up.
Easy.
Monthly bills are lower.
No
upfront costs, and you get $500 in your pocket. $500 in your pocket.
Big ledge, like.
By partnering with Sunrun.
There's a bridge there.
Yes. See, it's easy. Go the easy way.
You just got to accept the easiest way in life.
Life doesn't always have to be hard, folks. And one example of that, Sunrun. Check it out. Bloomer, thanks for participating in that ad read I snuck in there. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. First of all, that was a very cute example in an ad. I think I did see that before. I actually do think that was very cute. I love turtles personally.
Don't be Jerry. Just don't be a Jerry.
Yeah, don't be a Jerry. But yeah. Anyway, sorry. Final thoughts.
And Barbara in our chat, by the way, you're up in Canada. I don't know if Sunrun is operable there, but see, even the Canadians are ahead of the curve. Like everyone's got solar. It's just cheaper there, but here, so many of you just think, I'm afraid of change. I'm just going to keep spending way more than I need to. I'm just going to keep fattening the pockets of these utility executives. Help yourself and help the program in the process.
Yeah.
Bloomer, everything good with you? Everything good with you and the girlfriend? And you guys have a dog together, right?
Yeah. And no dog. She has birds, like parakeets.
Well, that's cool.
And, it's cute. I mean, at first, but then all of a sudden, when you got like me, I wake up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work, and they were just like, and you get used to it. But
you get up at 4 or 5 in the morning to go to work.
Oh yeah, I work as a manufacturing worker. I start at 5. Oh no, I start at 6, but my job is far, and I get off at 2, and I work that way Monday through Friday, sometimes weekends with P. That's just part of life. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Respect.
Gotta help and misses,
when I started my career, after my internship and all that ended, my first big job was executive producing a morning radio show. and I had to get up at 3 a.m, and I did that for 3 years, and I hated it the whole time. I just hated it. Like all I did was like I never got used to the hours. Like I never got used to trying to falling asleep at like 8, especially when you're in your early 20s and your friends are all socializing and you're like, I got to go to bed at 8, guys. Yay. So I can get up at 3 in the goddamn morning. But you never get used to it. All you get used to is just being tired. You get used to just operating like a zombie, man. That's Oh, dude, I have sympathy. My heart goes out to folks like you who have to get up at absurd hours.
It's part of the work process. It was tough at first, but over time you get used to it. It sucks, but that's how we put bread on the table, as they say, right? But that's how it is. But but I just wanted to quick touch up though, real quick on the final thought about just focusing on the now with the Knicks and the Spurs. I just want to say, Knicks making NBA history with a 29-point comeback.
Incredible.
And they're the first ones to ever do it. Is just so gosh darn amazing. I cannot believe that. Just that crowd was going wild, and everybody was just like, did they really just come back from 29 down? And with like everyone like so close to heading towards the exit, and this is probably just like
amazing.
I'm just like,
it's like a fairy tale. Like the Knicks are like enjoying a real life fairy tale happen right before their eyes. This is like you couldn't write a book better than this. It's incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, man. I mean, hey, keep doing you, Sai. I want to try. I'll see if I can try to make on the next one. But hey, love you, man. Let's keep up all the amazing content you've done. Don't let the haters and trolls and all those people apologists get to you. I mean, I know it doesn't get to you, but like if they ever try to like be toxic or negative,
Thanks,
no, because they have been. I've seen it in chat, man. I've seen it. That's they need to learn how. Those people need to learn how to be stoic themselves. Try to learn how to cope with society like the rest of us, and go throughout our day and not try to. Ooh, let me just hide behind the keyboard. Keyboard warrior, as he used to say, and just say whatever and be in mommy's basement eating my meatloaf that's crummy. Hey, I'm calling everything, man. These people, they gotta hear it, because if they don't know,
yes, they do.
They keep doing it. So
yes, they do.
Hey, that's all I gotta
all
say,
right, brother.
Man. I love you. Hey, if Charles coming up next, bring on that Danger Zone, man.
I just sent him the link. Yeah, and we're gonna go through the mock. Bloomer, have a great. First of all, thank you, brother, for the support, the kind words. Great call. We're gonna bring if Chardall's available. I sent him the link. We'll close with him tonight. But I want to get to the whole like the primary focus of the show. I had a theme here, and that was what all these mock drafts are predicting for your Golden State Warriors. So here we go. We're going to do a drum roll for each one of these. And we start with, who are we going with first here for mock drafts? We're going to start with SB Nation, an organization that once was proud and strong, and they used to have like their own radio network. I'm honestly a little surprised that SB Nation is even still in existence, but they are. So we will start with SB Nation, and let's see who they predict the Warriors are going to draft with the number 11 pick. Sorry for the redundancy in the NBA draft. SB Nation and their writer, Ricky O'Donnell, with the number 11 pick. The Golden State Warriors select Yoxel Lendeborg. I saw some people in the chat tonight call him a small forward. I mean, maybe. I mean, on the Warriors, he's a center. I don't think there's any debate about that. But maybe on some other teams, some huge teams, he might be a 3. But he's 6'9". He's got some meat on his bones. Dude's got mass. He's going to be a 24-year-old rookie. But damn, does he look good. So that's what SB Nation thinks. Next up, it isn't just, again, I'm going to go through all these that I looked up tonight. Next up is Sports Casting Bets and David Evans. They predict the Warriors. God damn it, where'd he go? Here are going to pick Kareem Lopez the 19-year-old power forward from the New Zealand Breakers, who he has a potential for providing physicality, spot-up shooting, and ball screen playmaking. All right. Next up is Ursin Demir, who writes Ursin's NBA draft newsletter. And Ursin thinks the Warriors, with the number 11 pick in the draft, will select Yoxel Lenderborg, power forward / center is what he's listed at. His height on this newsletter says 6'10". At the scouting combine, I believe, without shoes, he was 6'8" and 3/4. So we'll round up when you're that close, 6'9". So another mock draft going with Yoxel Lenderborg. Now we go to Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report's mock draft, written by Jonathan Wasserman. And Jonathan thinks the Golden State Warriors, with the number 11 pick in the NBA draft, will select Kareem Lopez. So 2 for Yoxel, 2 for Kareem Lopez of the New Zealand Breakers. Kareem Lopez, 6'8", 220 plus pounds, originally from the country of Mexico. One of our audience members being a little racist, saying, sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it was just so ignorant. I sometimes laugh at dumb shit. Claiming that Mexican, that there's never been a great NBA player coming out of the country of Mexico. Debatable. Kareem Lopez might be the first. So 2 for Kareem Lopez, 2 for Yoxel Lenderborg. Next up, The Athletic, owned by the New York Times. Sam Viceni, in his mock draft, thinks that the Golden State Warriors, with the number 11 pick in the NBA draft, is going to select Yoxel Lenderborg. 6'9" big is how Viceni describes him. Adding that Lenderborg's draft stock is one of the most difficult to figure out. Next up, CBS Sports. Adam Finkelstein. No relation to Frankenstein. Okay! Frankenstein thinks that the Warriors, with the number 11 pick, are going to select Ade Mara. We got a new one. Center, also from Michigan. Dude is 7'3", has a potentially sweet stroke. Armando Lora is begging the Warriors not to pick him, thinks he's too slow-footed to play efficient defense. I also don't know if he'll be available with the number 11 pick, but that is who CBS Sports thinks the Warriors will draft. Next up, the most ignorant, the least brightest national media member, Kevin O'Connor. Dude really doesn't know shit about hoops. It's embarrassing that people pay him for his quote-unquote expertise. Well, with Yahoo Sports, he stole Kristen Peek's job, and he thinks that the Golden State Warriors, with the number 11 pick, are going to select Ade Mara. That's 2 for a day. So even though Kevin O'Connor doesn't really know jack shit, he thinks Mara is going to fall to the Warriors as well. So I think that's 2 for Mara, 2 for Kareem Lopez, 3 for Yoxel Lenderborg. We got one more. And then, folks, I need to prepare you for this. We're going to get into the danger zone. If you must leave now, I understand. At least start packing up your shit. But if you're ready for it, it's coming. But we got one more mock draft. This one is ESPN. This one is, I believe, Jeremy Woo. Yes, it is. And Jeremy Woo is going to throw a curveball here. Are you ready? In his latest mock draft, Jeremy Woo thinks the Golden State Warriors, with the number 11 pick in the NBA draft, are going to select Braden Burris of Arizona, shooting guard. Oh, please, God, no. No, God, no. No. Oh, God. Braden Burris, his height without shoes, 6'3". Wingspan of just 6'6". I'll read you what oh my God. This will be a nightmare if this is what the Warriors do. Jeremy Woo, his description of why he thinks the Warriors will pick Braden Burris. Woo writes, quote, Steve Kerr's decision to return to the Warriors is a fair indicator that Golden State doesn't plan to rebuild in the near future. But this pick gives it a chance to get younger and deeper. Long-term injuries to Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody means the Warriors will be extremely light on the perimeter to open next season, which could be a consideration here. GM Mike Dunleavy also told reporters this week that Golden State would consider moving around in the draft. Like we could take anything, Dunleavy says, seriously. Burris is drawing looks inside the top 10, but could also end up being the guard who falls. Yay. Yeah, so Warriors, you get him. He would be a solid fit for the Warriors in this scenario. He would. His dimensions will play up better on the ball than at the 2, but his sturdy build should also help him defend wings with a 6'6" wingspan. The fact he's a year older than some of the other freshmen and somewhat caught between positions based on tools makes him more of a back half lottery option. I don't want Braden Burris. The only way I'd want him is if Brandon Pajemski is traded somehow. As Nick the Greek, yeah. Well said. They call me crazy. I was saying Burris is pretty good. He's much more athletic than Pods. Yeah, again, if you're replacing Pajemski, great. Andres Milian adding Burris will definitely be the pick if he's still on the board. Arizona Kerr guy. Ooh, Andres Milian is saying, what is Kristen Peek's mock? Let me look that up. I didn't include that one. Hers, I've been researching it, and it's changed so much. All these people are guessing, but she did publish a new one. My apologies, and Andres, props for reminding me that she has one too. And I think she published hers with Hoops HQ. Yes, she did. Okay, so we got one more, a bonus. My girl, Kristen Peek. I'm going to make a YouTube short soon from her appearance on the show last month. That appearance, by the way, has not dated itself in the least bit. And Kristen Peek, her pick in her mock draft with Hoops HQ for the number 11 pick in the NBA draft for the Golden State Warriors, according to Kristen Peek's mock draft, is... I'm glad we're ending on this note and not the Braden Burris note. Nate Ament is who the Warriors will draft with the number 11 pick, according to Kristen Peek's latest mock draft. 6'10" freshman forward out of Tennessee. Okay. She thinks, and she likes Ament a lot. If she likes him, I like him. So sounds good to me. All right. Andres agreed that Kristen Peek is draft call. She knows her shit. And again, Yahoo Sports, to replace her with Kevin O'Connor, you morons. All right, without further ado, we'll wrap up the show. My apologies to other folks who were trying to get on. We'll have a show Friday. Audience will be welcome because we're not going to do our traditional happy hour. Armando Laura, the professor, is on vacation. I might have a guest with me to be determined. But we will have a show. Time to be determined as well. Follow us on the socials for updates on that. If you're subscribed to us on YouTube, you get those alerts already. So if you want to join us Friday, the door is open. I apologize that we're wrapping up the show right now. And speaking of wrapping up the show right now, are you ready? It is a dangerous time. This is a dangerous place. We call it the danger zone.
Stay at home, son.
Chardal, what your boy Ben Affleck was at the game tonight, much grayer. Kind of like me with the beard getting grayer. It sucks getting old. How the hell are you doing?
Hi, Cy. I'm doing great. How are
Good.
you doing on this Wednesday night?
It's hot. It's warm. Otherwise, I'm doing okay. How about you? More importantly, how are you? Are you good?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. You had your dance class last night, correct?
I was working. I didn't have my dance class.
Oh, Chardal, you have these beautiful honeys just waiting for you to teach you lessons and to let you grind up on them and get you all excited so that, you can come around here and share stories with us without your incredible experience. But instead you had to work. That's a shame.
I was working at Great America today.
Were you depressed at work because you were not able to grind up on your dance instructor?
I was very depressed.
I know. It's a very depressing. That's a shame. Let's see. Option A: dance up close with hot ass dance instructors. Option B: take care of annoying kids in the game section of Great America.
At my work, I see a lot of pretty mamacitas walking around.
Oh, well, now we're back. Okay, so your stock went up a little bit. All right. Do you hit on any of these mamacitas?
I don't hit on them because I don't want to get assaulted because they might be they might be married.
Yeah, smart.
But I don't want to walk up to them and say anything because I might be afraid that they might assault me if I say anything offensive to her husband.
Well, that's why you got to do your research and make sure there are no husbands. And you always got to remember, if they have kids with them and there's no wedding ring, shoot your shot, kid. Shoot your shot. Like Eminem,
like Eminem says, you only have one shot, one opportunity, and if you fail on that one opportunity, you have no shot, and you have no way in life.
Who do you want the Warriors to draft? Any preferences?
The Golden State Warriors are going to sign Yaxel Lendeberg with the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA draft.
Would you be happy with that pick?
I would be happy if the Golden State Warriors signed Yaxel Lendeberg.
Okay. I'd be happy too.
What would be your thoughts if Golden State Warriors select Yaxel Lendeberg with the 11th pick?
I'll tell you 1 second, but I see this chat from first of all, Money Checkup, you're 100% right, who writes that Kevin O'Connor is the biggest nerd talking basketball nationally, and a nerd who doesn't know shit either. He acts like a nerd, but he doesn't have the knowledge of a nerd. He has the knowledge of some guy living in his mom's basement. I've never understood it. But no, who cares? I don't care about that. This is what I wanted to highlight. John Jay, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and it could be entirely because I believe Carlos Rogers also played for Tennessee, so it could be just the similarity could start and end there. But I weirdly got the exact same vibe as you did with Nate Ahmed. Carlos Rogers is who I thought of as well, former favorite of Don Nelson's once upon a long ass time ago. But anyways,
I don't understand all these reporters who don't know anything about basketball. Why are they sharing their expertise? They have all these nimrods don't know anything about basketball, and they're coming on this show and trying to show their knowledge, and like they have no knowledge at all. Why are you coming on this show when you don't have no knowledge to prove for yourself?
Sure, I want to play a clip for you, and I'd love to get your analysis on that. Are you interested?
I'm interested to watch a clip.
This clip is Paul Pierce, who I don't know what the show was. I don't know if it was his own show. I don't know if he was a guest on another show. Paul Pierce randomly went off on a rant about how the nerds are ruining life for everyone else. And I don't have any opinion, comment on the gender aspect of this. Again, this is Paul Pierce, not me. But outside of the gender aspect that he brings up in this video clip, I feel him. And Chardal, I'd love to get your opinion as well. This was Paul Pierce going off the other day, and we'll play it on the show now. I feel like this is a perfect time for it, where he basically just eviscerates streamers, nerds, just people who bring nothing to the table, yet are earning mass capital from audiences, which in turn is translating to financial capital. And Paul Pierce doesn't like it. He doesn't get it. And he went off on it.
You got cats out here, hey, yeah, give you 100,000 to $1 million. Man, that shit is weak. Oh, motherfuckers, y'all ain't mad at y'all getting y'all money, but like y'all driving the price up too much to where y'all got these girls out here all in their head thinking they could just like, it's squares out here. It's real squares out here y'all following. Really. And they paying these females hundreds of thousands, millions, and gassing them up. So now motherfuckers come out and they like 15 million. Yeah, all right. Here a pack of gum. Take that. If you don't want that, get out of here. I ain't rolling, dog. This world is all fucked up. There's too many nerds getting money and getting too much money. And this is what they doing. And that's why these girls is acting like that. That's real talk. That's what I see. That's real talk. It's real lames out here getting money because they're in front of a camera and everybody following them. They follow their life. Who are y'all? I don't care. Y'all come say whatever to me. Pull up on me. Y'all lames. Because this is what this is created from y'all. You influencers, you streamers, and now you got y'all paying these females, and this is what we get. A girl saying somebody offered them 15 million. And that's real talk. I don't care what nobody say. That's what it really is. Tell me, prove me wrong. Because, I mean, come on. Prove me wrong. It's lames out here with money, and that's why the price is going up like this. Because if you didn't have no money, you really can't be hanging out with these bad ones and being in the club in the section. You got a cat over here, he don't even know how to dress. He over here got glasses on, he looking lame, but he in the section, he got 20,000 in bottles, so now he cool. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all still lames to me. Get out of my DMs. I ain't doing no interviews with none of y'all. I ain't going on nobody's stream. Get out of here. Y'all lames to me. Let's go. What's the next topic? Get the fuck out of here.
So, going back to what I was talking about this
and Daphne. Got me sweating. I'm hot in here. I'm sweating. I can't stand that shit. Talk about 15 minutes. Get the fuck out of here.
And Paul Pierce, he's still
that
talking.
He's still hands down one of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. That was so fucking funny, man.
And I'm
fucking clip.
And I'm guessing.
Thanks for sharing that clip.
And I'm guessing
you're truly the man behind physical comedy.
Dude, well, that was Paul Pierce. And look, my guess is Paul Pierce.
You're fucking funny.
Thank you, brother. So are you, but so are you. And I'm guessing Paul Pierce is really annoyed because he goes to clubs still. Side note, Paul is like well in his 40s, but he wants to live that life. More power to him. And he's going to the clubs, and he's probably looking at all these other VIP booths, and he just got these nerds who are making all this money because they play video. I have never understood the appeal of simply watching someone play a video game when you could play it yourself. The old adage is, if your mom could do it, there's no value in it, meaning it's not special, right? And that's a huge reason why I never understand the fandom for Steve Kerr. My mom could do what he does, right? My mom can't do what Steph does. My mom can play video games. So what's so special about that? Like at the root of it, his critique is, what have we come to as a society when we worship people who are not special, right? But what I think made it very funny is Paul Pierce basically getting into the details of of realizing that these nerds are making so much money and they're giving all this money to women because they don't have any game, right? They don't have the social skills to pick up women naturally, but they have all this money, and so they're throwing huge chunks of money at members of the opposite sex, and it's ruining Paul Pierce's game.
This clip is so effing funny that if this clip gets 1 million or 2 million views on the internet, this will make it on World Star. You know World Star, well, the African American World Star, where the viral videos go on World Star. This could make it on World Star if people watch this video and this gets enough views to make it on World Star. This will be on everybody. People will be on going on World Star and watching the exact clip of Paul Pierce going on a rant. People will be like losing their minds. This is the funniest clip ever. We can watch this over and over again. This is just like absolute comedy at its finest.
It is. I tweeted it out.
I was laughing my balls off watching this clip.
That was fun. It was. And I don't know if that was like his show. I love the fact that he just got so heated.
Where'd you find this clip from?
Someone else posted it. I just saw it. So I retweeted it. It's on my Twitter account. You can follow me at Surf Journalist or the program at Golden Days Pod. It's on both. But Shardal, any final thoughts? Yeah, go ahead.
You know how to make people laugh.
Thank you, brother.
You know how to make your viewers laugh. That's the greatest thing about you. You know how to make people laugh. You know how to make people chuckle. You know how.
I appreciate you saying that.
If people are having a bad day, you put a funny clip on there. Now people are laughing. The people who were having a bad day, their day was going horribly wrong. They were having the worst day, and when you play this clip, people like, look, we're happy now. That's exactly what you do.
By the way, they called me crazy in the chat saying if you grew up not being able to afford video games like me, then you know about watching video gameplay walkthroughs. But it's like window shopping. But the people who are giving these other folks attention like that, they're not watching them to basically review a game they might want to buy. They're watching them and zoning out, being entertained by these folks. And that's the part that myself and Paul Pierce don't get. What's so entertaining about it? That's the part I will never understand. It's like that entertains you? So is watching ants entertain you? That's the part I don't get. But
whenever I come on your show, I feel like like when I'm feeling down and things are not going okay, and when I come on your show, I feel like you lift my spirits up.
Thank you, brother. That actually means a lot.
You make too. Like when I feel like I want to cry and things are not going so well, and when I come on your show, you make me feel better.
That's good. I'm glad you feel better.
That's why I love coming on here. I love the community on here. You built such a great community on YouTube, and then I love being the closer, and you give me that honor.
We love having you as the closer.
No, Shardal, what are your thoughts? You give me that honor. I really appreciate the honor you give me.
Of course, you've earned it. Shardal, before we go, what are your thoughts on Hello People in the chat writing that the draft is irrelevant because Steve Kerr is not going to play the guy, even though Kerr did publicly say that he would invest in developing whoever that draft pick is.
Hello, people, 909. I have a comment for you, Nimrod. Why are you posting that stupid ass comment? Draft is irrelevant. The draft is not irrelevant. The draft is relevant. There's so many great players in the draft.
No,
why would you post that comment? Why would you say that?
Because Steve Kerr does not like playing young players typically.
No, but Kerr likes to play young guys. You need to play the young guys.
Agreed.
Like when you look at baseball and hockey, you got to play the young guys you got to play the young guys more often.
Agreed.
The problem with me is that I'm a Sharks fan and a Giants fan, and sometimes we don't play the young guys. The younger players, we don't play the young guys. Which is kind of stupid.
Shardal, you've become kind of like my Niner guy just to keep me in the loop on all the little things. Why the hell are the Niners not releasing Brandon Ayuk?
The 49ers are not. I don't know why they're not releasing Brandon Ayuk. Like he's creating such controversy in the 49ers right now. All these antics that he's doing, I don't understand what this guy is doing. You know, taking his shirt, going shirtless, wearing a Commander's hat, holding a Commander's football in his hand, speeding past Levi Stadium, where he still plays to this day. I don't understand why they have not released him right yet. I don't understand.
That's
this
the part that's
is
weird.
Something that I don't understand as a Niners fan watching this team for so many years. I don't understand what this whole bullshit's about.
I think the angling is, if I've read correctly, the Niners want to trade him. Like, they want to get something back for him. But who the hell is going to trade for him? No one is giving up jack shit for Brandon Ayuk. He is not an asset you can move. I don't get it.
When I'm going on 49ershop.com, the website where they have you can buy Niner jerseys on their website. They have an Ayuk jersey on there. Take that off of the website. Take that off. Why do you have a Brandon Ayuk jersey that you can buy on 49ershop.com? Why do you have that still there?
Because he's still on the team.
Take that off of the website.
Because he's still on the team. Sure,
but that's absolutely the.
It's crazy. It is crazy. This whole thing is crazy. It's crazy.
Why is his jersey still on?
It's batshit crazy. You're right.
You're right. Where you can buy a jersey. Why is the Ayuk jersey still there? Nobody's gonna buy that jersey.
Because he's still on the team.
Because nobody's going to buy that effing jersey. I'm mad right now because they still have an Ayuk jersey on the website.
Shardal, I need your help.
I'm pissed off right now. I'm going to lose my shit right now.
I know. Shardal, what is the date that Brandon Ayuk has to report to the
Niners? I don't know what the date that he has to report, but I don't know when the date is.
Because that's going to be an interesting day, won't it? Because he's going to show up. And clearly there's bad blood.
There's so much bad blood between Ayuk and the 49ers. He's calling the 49ers female dogs.
That's what he wants out, and the Niners won't let him go. And I'm fascinated. I wonder if anyone in the chat, Money Checkup is saying July 1st. That is going to be some riveting drama because Brandon Ayuk is going to show up. Like he's gonna want to get paid, and you got to show up to get paid.
A very similar example to Brandon Ayuk not leaving the 49ers. It's kind of like in work when I have meet guests at work and they are bothering me and they're giving me all this trouble. And I'm trying to work here, dude. Like, why are you wasting my goddamn time? I'm trying to make some money here. Why are you wasting my freaking time? That's exactly what Brandon Ayuk doesn't want to leave the 49ers. When I have a guest who doesn't want to leave, I'm like, get out of here, okay? I'm going to call security on you if you don't get out of here.
I really have no idea why they won't let him go, but that's some interesting drama. Shardal, do you ever have meltdowns? I don't
understand why they would not let him leave.
I don't get it either.
Should just release him to the New York. They should just let him go to the Commanders for all I care. I don't get it either.
Shardal, do you ever have meltdowns at Great America? Because you work in game section.
Sometimes I have meltdowns at Great America.
And your boss is okay with that?
No, and I tell my boss, and then they find a way to deal with it, and then they never make me work with that associate ever again, ever.
Well, you got a good boss.
I go up to them and tell them that, I have this associate who's being a pain in the ass. I don't want to work with him. Can you please not make me work with him? And then he doesn't make me work with him anymore.
You got a good boss.
That associate that was messing around with me in the past, he's not welcome here anymore.
Wait, you had a coworker who was messing with you?
In the past, there was a coworker who was messing with me and saying that I was slow and referencing my disability.
Wait, you had a coworker who was making fun of you for your disability?
Yeah, and he was making fun of my disability, saying I'm too slow.
There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing cool about that.
And he was saying I'm too slow. He was saying that you should work faster. You're too slow. You have a disability.
But that person's gone, right?
Yeah, and he's never welcome back in our department.
Good. That is unacceptable. A Money Checkup saying July 22nd is when mandatory reporting is. Yeah.
That was so disheartening when I saw that. I was trying to work as fast as I could. It's kind of like in a grocery store when you go to a grocery store and somebody with Down syndrome is trying to work in the baggage aisle and somebody's saying, work faster. You're too slow.
That's not your disability, is it?
No, but
I hear what you're saying.
But I'm comparing that I'm moving.
I know. It's messed up.
Slow.
It's messed up.
I'm comparing that. You know how somebody moves slow with a disability? I'm not saying I'm working a baggage aisle. I'm saying the similarity between how my job and somebody working in the baggage aisle is the same scenario.
Agreed. I support you, and I agree that is totally messed up. If someone has a disability, you don't even acknowledge it, let alone criticize someone for it. That is some BS.
So me for that disability.
Yeah, not cool. Shardal, give people.
And I don't like people. I don't like people when they do that.
Well, nor should you. It's messed up.
I don't appreciate it. I'm working in a fast-paced environment where I have to move fast and get things done in a fast and quickly and timely manner.
Shardal, friendly reminder: when you see those mamacitas, look at the left ring finger. If there's no ring, but they have kids, shoot your shot, brother.
Then they're single.
They might be. They might have a boyfriend, but at least you know they're not married. Shoot your shot. Let them tell you they have a boyfriend if worse comes to worst. Shoot your shot. All right?
So I'll definitely shoot my shot like what Eminem says.
Life is too short.
What Eminem says.
Sure, yes.
There's a song by Eminem called Lose Yourself where he says you got one shot or one opportunity.
Agreed.
That was my favorite song. I take so many whenever I listen to that song, Lose Yourself.
That's your pump up music.
I always take life lessons.
You got your
song.
boxing, you go.
Yeah, I got my boxing. I'm going through. I got my Rocky outfit going on. I'm going and I'm boxing and I'm pumped up.
I love it.
Good song. You know, be a good song.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself. What's a more song that pumps you? Eye of the Tiger, Survivor. Walk into work.
This NBA Finals reminds me of Rocky IV, by the way, a little bit, where the Spurs and Wemby, they're Ivan Drago, and Rocky Balboa is the Knicks. I get that feel a little bit. I don't know if you do too.
So if NBA Finals had a reference to to Rocky, Jalen Brunson would be Rocky, and then Victor Wembanyama would be Drago. But I don't think there's a French antagonist in Rocky.
Well, Jalen Brunson reminds me of Rocky, and he's small, and then Wemby's like huge. And then that's why I'm thinking that.
I think Wemby reminds you of Drago.
Wemby reminds me of Drago a little
bit. So it's Rocky versus Drago.
Correct.
So Drago needs to go down.
He's about to, yeah.
3-1. Knicks lead the series 3-1.
It's crazy, right?
They won 107-106 in a thrill on a game-winning layup by OG Anunoby.
Tip-in. It was a game-winning tip-in. That was a crazy.
No, it was a game-winning basket by OG Anunoby.
Correct.
That won the game, and now Knicks are 1 win away from going to winning the finals.
All right, Chardol, I got a big fat bowl waiting for me. Tell everybody goodbye. So, promote your channel, please.
Make sure to click the like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the notification bell to SG for the SG at Sports Talk channel. I'm at 542 subscribers. I'm 58 subs away from 600. And make sure to subscribe to Cyrus and Golden Days in reference to the 1993 Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Great movie.
That was a great movie, and I could watch that movie over and over again until I get sick and tired of it. I'll see you on Friday happy hour. And can I be the special guest with you?
You can close that show. I'm down for that.
Can I still be the closer?
Of course. You're not losing that job. You're good.
I'm a big fan of you, and keep the show rocking. You do a phenomenal job, and I'll see you on Friday for happy hour.
Yes. Stay cool out there. Tomorrow's supposed to be a very hot day. If you're in the Bay Area in Northern California, stay cool, folks. Hell of a game. We're back Friday. Chardol, love you.
When I come on the show on Friday, sure. I'll definitely give you a recap of how my day at Great America went.
The Mamacitas.
And I'll share everything with that when I come on Friday. Update. And the Mamacitas update.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
That big bowl.
What do they call that? You're going MILF hunting?
No, I'm seeing all the Mamacitas at work.
You're Mamacita hunting.
I'm Mamacita hunting.
You got that? You got your gun cocked?
I got my gun cocked. I got my gun loaded.
Ready to fire.
Ready to fire. No, I'm not. Slang. I'm not. No, that's in a pro. I'm not gonna fire at them. I'm gonna look for them.
Metaphorically speaking, brother.
I'm metaphorically gonna fire at them.
I don't think Great America is letting you bring a gun in while you're working. Correct?
I'm gonna metaphorically fire at them.
Yeah, metaphorically shoot your shot.
I'm gonna literally fire. I'm gonna literally fire at them.
Do I have a gunshot sound effect? I thought I did. Where's my gunshot? I have a train whistle. No, that doesn't do it. I've got Donald Trump screaming. But that's not a gunshot. I've got Chardol getting his dance lesson. But that's not a gunshot. I don't have a gunshot. I guess I gotta get one of those. My bad. Chardol, love you, man.
Sai, I know you got a big bowl of soup waiting for you. So I don't want your soup to get cold. I'll see you on Friday. You're the man. You're the myth, the legend. You're the GOAT. I'll see you on Friday.
My bowl of soup. My bowl of soup is getting cold. Chardon, love you. Love everybody. We're back Friday. Oh, bye.